With no prior hiking experience of any kind, I've decided to take on the Mardi Himal trek completely solo. A 4-day trek located in the Annapurna region of Nepal, chasing one thing, a sunrise at the summit. But I promise to take you along with me on this journey and show you all of the highs and all of the lows and everything in between.
We are now caught in a hailstorm.
Just got charged by a buffalo.
Hi, so I am in Nepal, and it has been such a crazy and intense 48 hours since I first arrived. I feel like I kind of need to give you guys a little update on what has happened since I first arrived.
Believe it or not, this is my first time in Nepal too, so I wanted to see as many historical sites as possible. But I came unprepared, and I had to do all of my shopping for the trek in Kathmandu.
Do I look cool?
Yeah. Before I took the longest and potentially bumpiest bus ride of my entire life to Pokhara.
Unprepared doesn't even begin to describe how I'm feeling about this trek. This is my first trek of any kind. I think the longest hike I've ever done was about 2 hours. I do know that this is going to be very, very hard, and I'm carrying a really, really heavy bag. I don't know how my body will react to the altitude. I've never been at an altitude of this height. So I am just going to hope for the best and start packing.
And if you are wondering why my backpack will be so heavy, well, this is everything I'll be taking. Put this guy down. And so the journey began, with a scenic 45-minute taxi ride from the city of Pokhara to the starting point of Kandi.
So I'm maybe 10 minutes into this, and I'm very nervous about the next 5 days because this backpack is very heavy, so I'm hoping that I get used to it. We've just started from that little village over there, and we're going up there. I have spotted my first Himalayan cow. He's deep in the forest, but he's there.
As I started to make my way up this mountain, all of my initial fears and worries started to drift away. I think the hardest part was over. I had started my trek, and now I just get to enjoy the experience.
So we have just made it to Australian base camp, and we've been climbing for about 2 hours, and it has been just straight stairs up until this point. But to be honest, it has gotten a lot easier, and I feel like my body's already starting to adapt to like how uncomfortable the backpack is on my shoulders and all of that. And I am so excited. I am going to be trying my first dal bhat, which is a really famous Nepalese lunch, or I think even dinner.
I've already come to enjoy the simplicity in this routine. It leaves space to appreciate the small things, like this delicious homemade meal in front of me.
So dal bhat is really yummy. That was a very fueling lunch, and I think I really needed that because my energy is back and feeling great. As soon as we left camp, we stepped into this really deep forest, and it is so cool. So I think I am in the home stretch, the last 30 minutes or so of this trek today, and I'm feeling really good, surprisingly. The altitude has not hit just yet, but we're not very high, so I would hope that I'm not feeling sick already. But honestly, it's really beautiful. It's just so green and lush, and I did not expect that at all in the Himalayas, so it is just such an enjoyable hike.
And like all good things, they come when you least expect it.
The sky has just cleared. It is absolutely insane. We can see Mardi Himal for the very first time on this trek. I'm not sure if seeing the peak for the first time has made me more excited to get to the top or more nervous. Probably nervous, but it is really cool to actually see it because it has been covered by clouds this whole time. We have just made it to our camp for the night, and it is so beautiful. I have to show you guys around. So this is what my room looks like tonight. I don't think this is a tea house. This definitely feels more like a guest house or a hotel. It's really, really nice. I have my own room. I wasn't even expecting that. And not only that, I have my very own shower. I do have to pay for the water, but it's super affordable, and would be really nice to rinse off all of the sweat from throughout the day. And then the outside is absolutely stunning. There are prayer flags lining the building, and just above each building you just see the mountains. It's actually so surreal that I'm here right now. Yeah, I'm already feeling so proud of myself for coming this far. I think I'm getting really, really excited for the rest of this trek. So I'm really hopeful because tomorrow morning I'm planning on waking up at sunrise to see if we can get our first clear view of the mountains right above us.
And just like that, my first day on the mountains was complete. I was feeling such a mix of emotions between exhaustion and excitement for what's to come. But for now, tomato soup and naan bread. Today, I woke up to the unexpected. A thick, cold fog had rolled in overnight. And although this may seem small to some, this was the first sign that my dreams might not come to reality. And if I'm being honest, this completely shook me.
Well, good morning. We've had a really gloomy start to the day. I thought we were going to wake up and see the mountains even more so than yesterday, and that is not the case at all. We've seen several groups of trekkers turning back because the weather's predicted to get a lot worse, and I'm starting to get really concerned. I really hope I'm not carrying 50 pounds of camera gear for nothing up this mountain, but we're gonna stay hopeful. I've had a beautiful breakfast and had a lot of time to just relax and clear my head, and we are going to give today our best shot, so let's go. have been walking for maybe about 10 minutes so far, and I've already had to stop and take off my big red coat because with this cloud coverage comes 110% humidity and I'm already sweating. So I am just gonna go nice and slow and drink a lot of water and really enjoy the scenery around me. A few minutes ago we saw one of the first signs that had a great map of the Mardi Himal Trail, and now I really understand where we're going tonight and what the game plan is, and I'm feeling good. Yeah, let's do this. It is absolutely pouring rain. It's really pretty, and it cooled down quite a bit, but trying to protect the camera gear as best I can. We're gonna try and hide from the rain. It's bad.
What was meant to be a beautiful lookout spot for lunch turned into an absolute rush, as every other trekker on the trail had to run into the same space and hide from the rain.
Yeah, we definitely knew this storm was coming, but it has hit us so hard. We had to take refuge in one of these tea huts, and it's so charming and sweet, but we're really behind schedule, so I'm trying to not let this get me down. Okay, so the rain has cleared up just a bit, enough for us to try and make it to our next spot that we're planning on stopping. So we're gonna try and get moving, but it's really gorgeous. I mean, you can hear the rain on all the leaves. I am really starting to struggle with these inclines. I am out of breath all the way, but the bag isn't feeling too heavy anymore. My shoulders are super used to it. I think it's the humidity. I'm just completely sweating and out of breath, which is hard. We're good. Just looking forward to lunch.
And just as I was getting into the flow of things, the unthinkable happened. Good. So I decided it would be best to put away the camera until I had some lunch.
We've just had our lunch here and it was absolutely amazing. So we are in a bit of a dilemma because it looks like the weather is even worse tomorrow. And if we don't push through rest camp and go straight to low camp, then we're hiking in the rain again tomorrow. Whereas if we just go now, hopefully tomorrow's not so bad. And that was the plan, and now it is absolutely pouring. And I don't know what to do, but we need to get geared up for the rain to protect the cameras. So wish me luck. So the rain has stopped a little bit. I've had to put the camera away just because the rain is coming and going so quickly. But we're back on the trail and it's just straight uphill.
Despite the bad weather and the obvious exhaustion, I saw my first sign for forest camp, which gave me the last push I needed to make it through the day.
So I am at Forest Base Camp now. That was a really long day. I did not expect to be trekking for about 8 hours. I'm definitely starting to feel nervous about the outcome. The weather's just looking worse and worse. I'm getting really worried that we're gonna make it all the way to base camp and there will be no view of the mountains at all. Yeah.
Today is known to be the toughest day on the trek, with an incline of 1,200 meters and 9 hours of trekking ahead of me, plus the obvious storm rolling in overhead. I don't know what to think at this point, so I'm sitting here contemplating my choices with my hard-boiled eggs.
Good morning. So it is not looking good here at all. The weather's really bad and the storm has already rolled in. I've had a really filling and protein-filled breakfast, so I'm ready to tackle this incline today. I am actually shaking. A buffalo just came out charging down the mountains and stopped right by my camera as I was about to film something. And because I'm wearing bright red, it charged at me and I ran for my life to that camp. Oh my gosh.
Just a bigger cow.
To celebrate not being hit by a yak, I sat with several other trekkers who saw the whole thing. We enjoyed milk tea and were able to laugh at the experience.
I don't know what happened. But we've just passed low camp, which sits at 3,000 meters. And there's a part of me that just unlocked that I have never seen before. But I am flying up this mountain.
Despite all of the reasons I could be upset and choose to turn around right now, sometimes it's best to realize we're not in control and just accept what is.
So we got really lucky as soon as I made it to the top where another camp is. It started to downpour, so everyone was packed inside this tiny tea hut, but it was a really sweet sight to see everyone just trying to stay warm. And I'm about to be at a good stopping point for lunch, so yeah, it's going really well.
This is the partner where I'm with my partner.
Right.
And then we still have 2 more weeks.
Oh, sweet.
So they are here for 4 weeks.
We are now caught in a hailstorm, and it looks awful. I don't know how we are going to get through this. Oh my gosh.
I knew I had to move quickly, because there was no way of telling when the next storm would come. But this fog was so thick, you couldn't see your own hand clearly in front of you.
It is so foggy. You can't even see the building that's like 5 feet away from where you are. It's really cool. It's like a spooky movie, and I'm just trying to stay positive about it because I think that's all I can do right now. I've just seen my first high camp sign, which makes me so excited. I'm really just trying to get in the zone here and get through this really... It's okay? So I am totally caught in a thunder and lightning storm right now. So I put the camera away and put a bunch of like plastic over me because I don't feel like getting struck by lightning. That's not ideal when you're at the top of a mountain. I'm sure this is really beautiful, but I can't see anything, which makes me really question why the hell am I doing this? If I might not even see the mountains once. 5 days of carrying a heavy camera bag in the rain and snow. What's the point?
To be honest, I'm feeling so discouraged. I hadn't seen the mountains one time since that glimpse on the first day.
So this is the first sort of clearing I have had in 2 days. So we're gonna follow this track just over the mountain, and that's where we will camp. It is absolutely pouring, and the temperature dropped, so we're almost at freezing. But it's not too bad. We're almost there. Oh my god, we have made it. And I have never been so excited to go lay down.
High camp was my favorite by far. Maybe it was the energy of all the excited trekkers. As I sat by the window with my Oreos, watching the weather, I realized that just as quickly as a storm can come, it can go. The mountains cleared for the first time in days, and I was finally able to see what I've been hiking towards this entire time. It felt like the mountains were cheering us on. Even a rainbow came out at one point.
Been at this tea house for a few hours now, and obviously the sun has set. We are now at high camp at 3,500 meters. It's absolutely beautiful, and we got so lucky. The mountains cleared for the first time in days, and we finally saw what we're surrounded by. So we are going to be waking up at 2:30 in the morning to then hike 3 hours up to the summit push and hopefully catch a beautiful sunrise. And I'm really hoping that this was all worth it.
There are no words that can describe what it feels like to know that your biggest dream is about to come true.
believe how lucky we got. There have not been weather conditions like this on this mountain in weeks, where the sun has risen and stayed clear for hours for us to enjoy. I feel so lucky, and I can't even believe that. Yeah, I can't even believe it.
I didn't film a single thing on the way down. I spent the entire hike in silence, reflecting on my experience. I knew that this hike was easily one of the greatest things I've ever done for myself. But let's be honest, if you hike with a tripod, you're actually doing the hike twice.